I love the idea because, first of all, it allows businesses to choose to have benefit as part of their purpose, not just maximizing financial returns for shareholders, which is pretty narrow and doesn't uh, take into account the interests of the larger community. Uh, so I think, as I said, I'm a big supporter of benefit corporations. I look forward to the time when they're legal in all 50 states in this country. I think the idea that businesses exist simply to make money for the shareholders is uh, just a much too narrow definition of what value is. Money is not value. Value is not money. Among the challenges are being, I would say, anti-corporate while being owned by uh, a multinational corporation. Unilever is, I can't remember, maybe a 40 or $50 billion company, and uh, you know, it's, as I said, it's hard to be uh, fighting corporate power when you really are part of it. Uh, on the other hand, I've been surprised by what Unilever has allowed Ben& Jerry's to talk about publicly. Certainly Ben& Jerry's supporting Occupy Wall Street, Ben& Jerry's talking about reducing expenditures on nuclear weapons, uh, all sorts of things that I wouldn't have expected. Talking about marriage equality, which Ben& Jerry's has come out in favor of. Not the kind of things that you would anticipate that a large company would allow. Unilever has a pretty aggressive plan in terms of sustainability. Their plan is to double their sales while not increasing their environmental footprint at all, which is actually very ambitious. I think Ben& Jerry's tends to be more outspoken about social issues, about anti-militarism, about economic inequality, and I think Unilever is more focused on environmental sustainability. The board of directors at Ben& Jerry's and the company has come out publicly in support of Occupy Wall Street. Uh, I think Occupy Wall Street represents people's uh, protesting of social and economic inequality in this country, the growing gap between rich and poor, uh, corporations and big business that thinks only about itself and not about the larger community. Ben and I have scooped ice cream at Occupy Wall Street. Ben's actually scooped ice cream 3 or 4 times there. And I think it's helpful to have business be publicly supporting Occupy Wall Street and the Occupy movement. I'm not expecting big business to support it, but I think there are a lot of progressive businesses and small businesses that believe in it, and I think it's helpful to have the voice of business, because business carries a certain amount of credibility and respectability, and the voice of big business is often considered to be the voice of all of business, and that is certainly not the case.